Hello guys, welcome to my video and you're watching GK All You Need to Know. So first of all, thank you so much for all your subscriptions, and I'm happy to share that my channel have reached 107 subscribers, and I'm really thankful to each and every one of you for your love, like, share and support and subscribes. So this have really boosted up my confidence that yes, I can do more, and thank you so much for accepting my videos with this standard. So let's begin without wasting any second. Indian heritage and culture are vast and vivid because of the large number of religious groups residing in our country. Every community has its own set of customs and traditions which it passes on its younger generation. Our cultural heritage is thus a beautiful gift from our older generation that will help us become a better human being and build a harmonious society. So, in regards with this, let us know our Indian heritage site identified by UNESCO. In this video, we'll discuss about all the 38 sites of them, and I have divided them into three parts. So in the first part A, we'll be studying about 10 heritage sites and also the interesting facts about these heritage sites. So the first part of my videos was on Indian Chief Ministers 2020, and the second was on Major Dams of India 2020, and the third part is here, that is UNESCO Part 3 Heritage Sites in India. Before we start, let's know what is UNESCO. So UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. So this is the headquarters in the picture what you're seeing. It was founded in 1945 to develop the intellectual and moral solidarity of mankind as a means of building lasting peace. And the headquarters is located in Paris, France. So this is the headquarters picture what you're seeing in the right side. So UNESCO World Heritage Convention, which was established in 1972, recognized various sites of cultural and natural importance around the world. After the latest addition to the UNESCO World Heritage Sites list, India is at the sixth position, having largest number of World Heritage Sites in the world. So you're seeing the bar graph here showing all the countries at the top positions. First is China and Italy sharing 55 heritage sites in their country respectively, and Spain with 48, Germany 46, France 45, and India with 38 sites. UNESCO World Heritage Sites in India 2020. If you are looking at this, we have almost 30 cultural sites, 7 natural site and 1 mixed site, totaling up for 38 sites in India. So before we know all the heritage sites in India, let's know what is a heritage site. So heritage site is a site with special cultural or physical significance, and it is maintained by the International World Heritage Program administered by the UNESCO World Heritage Committee. So why is UNESCO important is UNESCO seeks identification, protection and preservation of cultural and natural heritage considered to be of outstanding value to humanity. An international treaty called the Convention Concerning the Protection of the World Cultural and Natural Heritage, adopted by UNESCO in 1972 only to preserve the natural heritage sites in the world. A brief detail on members of UNESCO. The Director General of UNESCO is elected every 4 years. The total number of members here is 195. Director General Executive Board has 58 members. Headquarters is in Paris with total of 2000 staff, and there are 53 offices of UNESCO around the world. So UNESCO has a collaboration with 300 NGOs to do the purpose. Now, the 39th session of UNESCO's General Conference elected Andre Azoulay as Director General of UNESCO, succeeding Irina Bokova. So you can expect this question in a current affairs topic. Who is the current Director General of UNESCO? So the answer would be Andre Azoulay. You can remember as 2A. And the World Heritage Day theme and World Heritage Day. So this year the theme was shared culture, shared heritage and shared responsibility. So it is our responsibility to safeguard the World Heritage sites in our respective nations. So let's know about India's heritage sites according to UNESCO. Firstly, we'll start with Ajanta Caves, Maharashtra. So you can see this mesmerizing aerial view of Ajanta caves, and you can imagine how vast it is. So let's know more about this heritage site. It's our pride that this heritage site is in India. So Ajanta caves facts are that John Smith discovered the caves in 1819. He came to cave 10 and then asked the villagers to remove the jungle that grew around the cave. Nizam of Hyderabad converted the place into a museum. There were over 30 caves in the cave complex, out of which one part of the complex was developed during the Satavahana period and the other was done during the Vakataka period. Home to paintings and sculptures that depict heavy influence of Buddhist philosophy and religious teachings of Buddha, various incidents from the life of Gautam Buddha and the Jataka tales are represented and recreated on the walls of these caves. So points to remember here. The location, it's in Aurangabad district in Maharashtra. Heritage tag was given in 1983 and it is built by Hindu Satavahanas in the second phase by Harisena, a king of Vataka dynasty, 2nd century BCE to 650 CE. It is predicted this year. And other datings prefer the period of Maurya Empire, that is between 300 to 100 BCE. Architectural style is cathedral style architecture in rock cut cave carvings. Now, secondly, it's Ellora Caves, Maharashtra. So you can see this beautiful view of this cave here. Now, to know more about it, is one of the largest rock cut monastery temple cave complex in the world, featuring Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain monuments and artwork. Cave 16 in particular features the largest single monolithic rock excavation in the world, the Kailasha Temple, a chariot shaped monument dedicated to Lord Shiva. All of the Ellora monuments were built during Hindu dynasties such as the Rashtrakuta dynasty, which constructed part of the Hindu and Buddhist caves, and the Yadava dynasty, which constructed a number of Jain caves. So there is a mystery behind this Kailash temple. Let's know what is it. So you can see this beautiful picture of this single monolithic rock excavation here. Yes, it is built of a single rock and it is carved out of that single rock itself. So, a greatest archaeological mysteries of 21st century, built by vertical excavation technique, built with the top bottom approach. When the temple was made, large pieces of rocks must have been carved out to give it a shape of Kailash mountain range. So where are those stones now? Archaeologists have found no traces of such large chunks of rocks and sand around the temple premises. So what type of technology it was that evaporated those unwanted large rocks? Just imagine, without any modern technology, this temple was excavated out of single rock. You can see the people there and the size of the temple and the people. You can just imagine how vast it is. And this temple is just carved out with only hammer and chisel. So points to be noted here is the location. It's in Aurangabad district. Heritage tag in 1983, built by Rashtrakutas and Yadava dynasty. Period is 600 to 1000 AD. Architectural style, it is Indian rock cut architecture. Let's move on to the third one. It is Agra Fort in Agra. Agra Fort, fortress of red sandstone. It's a historical fort in city of Agra in India. It was the main residence of emperors of the Mughal dynasty until 1638, when the capital was shifted from Agra to Delhi. Before captured by the British, the last Indian rulers to have occupied it were the Marathas. Agra Fort facts are here. You can see the picture here. This is the picture of Taj Mahal from the Agra Fort. Yes, the same Taj Mahal which is built by the King Shah Jahan. And when he took his last breath, Shah Jahan was deposed and restrained by his son Aurangzeb in the fort. So the rumor has it that Shah Jahan died in Mausaman Burj, a tower with a marble balcony and a view of Taj Mahal. So this is the first picture which is showing a tower with a marble balcony and a view of Taj Mahal. You can see the Taj Mahal through the slits in the wall of Jodha Bai's palace in Agra Fort. Now, the points to remember when you are studying about Agra Fort is that the location is in Agra. Heritage tag was given in the year 1983, built for Akbar, and period 1565 to 1573. Architectural style is the Mughal dynasty and the empire. So there were many dynasties which had power on this. So first was Lodi dynasty, and then the Mughal Empire, then the Suri dynasty, Mughal Empire again, and then Maratha Empire, and finally the British Empire. So now the fourth one is our own Taj Mahal, which is one among the 7 wonders of the world. So to know more, you know that the Taj Mahal, meaning the crown of the palace, is an ivory white marble mausoleum on the southern bank of the river Yamuna. The Taj Mahal took approximately 20 years and 20,000 workers to complete. It was commissioned in 1632 by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan to house the tomb of his favorite wife Mumtaz Mahal. It is also the house of tomb Shah Jahan itself after his death. You can see the picture here, the tomb of both Shah Jahan and wife Mumtaz Mahal. So points to remember here: location Agra, heritage tag in 1983, built by Shah Jahan, built for Mumtaz Mahal, period 1628 to 1658, architectural style is Mughal. Let's move on. Next is the Sun Temple in Orissa. So even this is a heritage site in India. So the Sun Temple at Konark is a 13th century temple built by King Narasimha Deva I of the Eastern Ganga dynasty in around AD 1250. The Sun Temple is in the shape of a gigantic chariot with 24 carved stone wheel, pillars and walls, and is led by 6 enormously carved horses. So it's also considered to be one of the largest Brahmin sanctuaries in India. The World Heritage Site in India reflects the grandeur of the traditional style of Kalinga architecture. So before we know the facts, these are the wheels which are there on the temple, and it's believed that these wheels like sundials, and exact time was shown from the shadows which were formed by these wheels. So it is believed that those 24 wheels showed the 24 hours of a day. So points to remember here: location Konark, Puri district, heritage tag in 1984, built by King Narasimha Deva I. Deity, so it is dedicated to Lord Surya, the sun. Period around AD 1250, architectural style is Kalinga. Dynasty, Eastern Ganga dynasty. Next we'll move on to the 6th site, Mahabalipuram monuments in Tamil Nadu. So the site has almost 40 ancient monuments and Hindu temples, including one of the largest open-air rock reliefs in the world, so the descent of Ganges or Arjuna's penance. The group contains Ratha temples with monolithic processional chariots built between 630 and 668. The Mandapa Viharas, cave temples with narratives from Shaivik, Shakti and Vaishnava and the Mahabharata inscriptions. Rock reliefs, particularly bas reliefs, stone cut temples built between 695 and 722. Points to remember here: location Mahabalipuram, heritage tag in 1984, built by Pallavas. Deity, it is dedicated to Hindu deities. Period 7th and 8th century, and architectural style Ratha architecture. Dynasty, the Pallava dynasty. Next we'll move on to Kaziranga National Park. So this is a natural heritage site. As the picture depicts, it is famous for the single-horned rhinoceros. Kaziranga National Park is in the Golaghat, Karbi, Anglong and Nagon districts of Assam. It hosts 2/3 of the world's great one-horned rhinoceros. It is a vast expanse of tall elephant grass, marshland and dense tropical moist broadleaf forests, crisscrossed by 4 major rivers including the Brahmaputra. Located on the edge of Eastern Himalaya biodiversity hotspot, the park combines high species diversity and visibility including Ganges dolphin, Indian roller, wild boar, etc. So the river associated with Kaziranga National Park is Brahmaputra. Important points to remember: location Assam, established in 1908, heritage tag in 1985, and governing body Government of Assam, Government of India. Home to one-horned rhinoceros, Indian roller, wild boar, wild water buffalo, Barasingha deer, golden langur, Ganges dolphin, Royal Bengal tiger, etc. Next we'll move on to the next heritage site, which is Keoladeo National Park, Rajasthan. So Keoladeo National Park, home to 375 birds, the bird paradise, was declared as a national park in 1982. Large congregations of duck, geese, coots, pelicans and waders arrive in the winter. The park was the only known wintering site for the critically endangered Siberian crane and also serves as a wintering area for other globally threatened species, the greater spotted eagle and the imperial eagle. During the breeding season, 15 species of herons ibis, cormorants, spoonbills, storks can be observed, and in a well-flooded year, over 20,000 birds' nests can be seen. Points to remember in Keoladeo National Park is the location. It's in Bharatpur. Established in 1982, heritage tag in 1985. Governing body is Government of Rajasthan and Government of India. Home to painted stork, Eurasian spoonbill, common parakeet, great ergot, knob-billed duck, darter, saurus crane, magpie robin, sambar geer, nilgai, etc. Next, we'll move on to the next site, Manas Wildlife Sanctuary, Assam. So this is the beautiful picture what was captured. You can see other species of both flora and fauna here. The Manas Wildlife Sanctuary provides habitat for nearly 60 mammal species, 42 reptile species, 7 amphibians, and 500 species of birds, which is of which 26 are globally threatened. Among these are the elephant, tiger, greater one-horned rhino, clouded leopard, sloth bear, and other species. It also harbors endemic species like pygmy hog, hipped hare, and golden langur, as well as the endangered Bengal florican. So, plant diversity found here includes 89 tree species, 49 shrubs, 37 undershrubs, and 172 herbs. And there are 36 climbers, 15 orchid species, 18 fern species, and 43 grass species. You can imagine the height of diversity in this single park, hence it has that heritage tag. Now, points to remember here. Location, it's in Baksa district in Assam. Established in 1990. Heritage tag 1985. Governing body Government of Assam and Government of India. Home to elephant, tiger, great one-horned rhino, clouded leopard, sloth bear, pygmy hog, hipped hare, and golden langur. Next heritage site here, churches and convents of Goa. So this is the beautiful picture of one of the churches in Goa. So Goa Velda or Old Goa, Goa was the capital of Portuguese India and Asia and an evangelization center from the 16th century. The 15th and 16th centuries marked the coming of Portuguese to India, which led to introduction of Christianity in the Indian subcontinent. Hence, several churches and convents were built in Goa as a way of evangelization. Let me tell you what is evangelization is. It is preaching of teachings of Jesus Christ. Due to their different yet beautiful architectural forms, these churches have been included in the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites in India. You can see this picture of the Sea Cathedral Church in Old Goa and the Golden Bell. So let's know what is it. St. Catherine's Cathedral, this 16th century masterpiece took 80 long years to finish and is one of the largest churches in the world. It is home to the historic Golden Bell, which is famous around the world as it is the largest bell with a rich sound, and the Basilica of Bom Jesus indicate commencement of evangelization in Asia. It also houses the sacred tomb of Saint Francis Xavier. Points to remember here, the location, it's in Old Goa, established in 15th to 16th century, heritage tag in 1986, and Sea Cathedral Church architecture is Portuguese Gothic and administration is Archdiocese of Goa and Daman. So there are almost 38 sites. Since I cannot cover it in such a short video, I have divided them into 10 and 10 and 8. So this is part A of the World Heritage Sites in India out of 38. So by this slide, we come to the end of the session, and if you like my work, please do like and share my YouTube videos, and also don't forget to subscribe for free. So stay home, stay safe, and never stop learning. This is Rashmita Mangalore signing off. See you all in my next video.